Not formation.
Whoa!
Case in point, gentlemen.
Right there. He got tagged. Al Unser Jr. tagged from behind. Paul Tracy was the culprit, and that sent him off into the barrier.
There goes the streak of 4 consecutive wins.
And he is very mad.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Little Al has incredible luck. This is the guy that one is going to have to worry about when Little Al gets a hold of him.
Look at the tire mark on the front of Tracy's nose. Little Al's going to be very upset over that one.
This is the 3rd consecutive year that Tracy has seized the lead on this track.
They're closing on Vassar. Now watch the car on the left.
Tracy's coming up. Went right down, booted Little Al, booted him off, and there he goes into the tires. Nothing Little Al could do, plus he didn't expect it to happen.
I don't think that's going to be a very popular move within the team. Do you, Bobby?
Well, it won't be. 2 cars on the same team, Sam, unfortunately have to be a little bit more careful than they would be if they were competitors on different teams.
The good news seemed to be that Little Al's car looked to be fairly intact. Watch it as it passes through the barrier here.
But obviously he's on the brakes, Paul, so hard he probably got the engine killed on the thing right there.
Well, there he is. Let's take a look at the wings and everything. He looks to be in pretty good shape.
We've seen those tires perform miracles when you run into them. It's hard to believe.
I don't see a problem there. Do you, Bobby?
I really don't. I see no problem.
Of course, we don't know about the finite parts of the steering, but he looks like he's in pretty good shape.
This is when a driver has to really pull himself together emotionally, too. I wouldn't be surprised if Little Al's pretty angry right now. He's got to steady himself out.
No, Sam, that won't bother him. He's been in a lot of wrecks before. The thing that's bothering him is he doesn't know whether his wings are bent or not right now, see?
Let's go to the pits once again, Jack Arute.
Well, Paul, one of the things that Team Penske does, according to Richard Buck, is they go over, kind of like the way we do before a race as far as what we think is going to happen. They go over all of the scenarios. They are waiting for Al Jr. to make his presence known on pit road, but they have already rehearsed a wing exchange earlier this week. They have the wing ready. Richard Buck has just received the word from Al Jr. that he wants his wings replaced. He'll be coming onto pit road on this circuit.
Well, that's a surprise because there's nothing really obvious about the rings. Obviously, he's uncomfortable with it. And Nigel Mansell. Nigel Mansell finds the tires, and he unstraps and is ready to climb out.
This looks like a repeat of last year. People having problems towards the end.
Well, just exactly.
Wow. Now, that's hard to do. I couldn't even do that.
That's awesome. He's an athlete and a half.
That's difficult.
So Nigel Mansell climbs out of his car and across the tires. Let's go to Jack Arute.
Well, Al Jr. has come in, and we're looking at the wings. Not a problem with the wings, gentlemen, other than on the right side, one wingtip has been bent. One of the control arms is slightly bent. They tried to fix it manually. We're under full course yellow. This will give them the luxury, the Penske team, of if they want to, talking their way through whether they want to change the wing or not. They simply change the tires.
More of a luxury because of this yellow, the 4th yellow of the day. This one because of Nigel Mansell, who was running with Fittipaldi. And it looks like he may not have tagged Fittipaldi, but it was close.
Yeah, it looks like there's a real good chance he might have touched him a little bit, but he was certainly locked up and spun, trying to avoid him as best he could.
Well, another way to find out is from this onboard camera.
Mansell, of course, desperately needed the points from here. Now he probably won't get any. They're about 2 turns away from where it happened, so watch closely.
Whoa. Got in trouble before he got Fittipaldi.
Well, actually, Fittipaldi, for some reason, slowed down an awful lot, and that caused Nigel to have to slow down unexpected. He wasn't expecting to have to brake that hard that soon.
As you can see, Nigel is back in the cockpit and ready to try it again. Let's look at this one more time, Sam.
Well, obviously, he locked him up suddenly there before he hit Emerson. He was certainly not attempting a passing maneuver when that happened.
I think Emerson should slow down unexpectedly.
Well, because of the car in front of Emerson, don't you think, Bobby?
Yeah,
quite possibly.
They're in slower traffic when they do this, and it looks like Emo got out of the throttle as well, but very definitely Nigel got over in the wall. Let's go down to the pits. Remember, and there's no question. Well, there might be a question.
A chain reaction.
Let's go down to Jack.
Well, they call this, gentlemen, the longest walk in sport, the walk that a driver has to make from his wounded car back to his pit area. Stefan, what was the problem with the machine?
Well, what finally made me stop was that fifth gear broke, but I got punted out in the start, so I had to come in on the first lap to replace the right rear tire, which of course put us at the back of the field. So, you know, it's just one of those days.
It's been one of those years for you. You really had so much promise last year. What do you think the problem is? Is there something you can pinpoint to maybe turn the team around, the Alumex team?
No, you know, I don't think there's anything that's wrong. I mean, we started off pretty good. We're running a year-old car, and we ran 5th in the championship. When we came to Indianapolis, we had a horrible race there, but that was just a setup problem more than anything. And then last week we ran pretty strong, and then the engine broke, which is, you know, one of those things. And here the gear, I mean, 5th gear. I mean, how many times does that happen? It's just one of those deals.
Just bad luck. And talking about some bad luck, gentlemen, let's update you as well on Al Unser Jr. The upper A-arm is severely bent on the right side. Question is what they can do to fix the problem as we run down the laps here this afternoon.
And can they do it in time? Exactly, Jack. Al Unser Jr. now runs in 10th place. 58 laps of the 77-lap scheduled distance are complete. Paul Tracy now has the lead of the race. We'll be back.
When Michael Andretti was a little boy, he loved to go fast. He still does. That's why he's the winningest IndyCar driver in the 90s, and why he's driving the new Target Scotch IndyCar this year. Watch for him, but don't blink.
Since Toyota truck reliability and dependability are put to the test in America, Toyota said, build them here, too. You know what? Most are. But the ultimate test is right here. Toyota 100,000-mile story. Over 60,000 of them, and more coming every day. Toyota trucks, the